Good morning. I am titling this video What Happens in the Dark Hours because I didn't want my face to be shown. I didn't want to um, possibly, you know, show the effects of my mood in my face, but just wanted my heart to be heard. And especially because I don't want my sons to see, how hurt I am right now. But I've been holding back on not saying anything, but this has really been, a trying time for me, especially a trying time in my faith. It's been strengthened. It's been, tested. I've gone from being very strong in March and, mid-April to having to take it one day at a time and do as the word says. Don't worry about tomorrow because, tomorrow has its own evils within itself. But I have really been pondering and going back and forth with God, like, what is it that you want me to do? I know what I want to do. I know what's in my heart that I would like to reach out and be creative and see come into manifestation and fruition. Um, I have two amazing sons, very different personalities, but being a child that was compared, I understand being different. I understand that no two people are cloned and, can come out the same womb but have different personalities. And I'm fine with that. I love them both in their uniqueness. And I love them both even when I want to choke the shit out the oldest one. And that's just being real. But I have to respect him in the capacity that he's still young, thank God. And I made some dumb ass youthful mistakes. And I made some mistakes that I don't regret because it was for the benefit of me being a single mom and having to make sure that they didn't want for anything. But then I also want to drill it in his head. You know, once you hit 30, these years are going to fly by, creep by, run by. They're going to be light speed. You remember that song, Light Speed in the Galaxy? That was Snoop and him, I think. No, Dre. Okay. But anyway, yeah, when you hit 30, and I just want him to not do like I did. I'm not going to talk about their damn daddy because he don't get no spotlight. But not procrastinate, not live in fear, not, I wish I could let him walk in my shoes for about a day. I think he would understand me a little more. But stop telling people, his different ideas and what he wants to accomplish in his goals because, to be honest about it, people don't want to see your ass come up. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just people. The more and more, I've been dealing with this, the quarantine, the stay at home. I really thought with my personality and my heart, I thought that I would be booed up, and I'm not even going to be fake. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't want him to keep telling his ideas and what he's aspiring to do. Just do the shit. Because there's so much I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And I was telling the wrong people, and I let fear stop me on a lot of shit, and I just didn't do it. But he has my two amazing, gorgeous granddaughters, and I never seen people that little, with the intelligence that they have, and they came from, awesome bloodline, and I just thank God for them. I believe my life would have took a totally different direction if God hadn't given me my children and my granddaughters. Then my heart is heavy. I, have made a good salary. And when everything opens back up, my I talked to my boss a couple of days ago. We are both in agreement that we'll be back up and running, and there could be a regular salary, and I can be a help to my family like I normally do and love to do. My youngest son just finished law school last Monday. I was looking forward to this when he went in 3 years ago. I wanted to, surprise him with gifts, and had already he picked out a venue. You know what I'm saying? And not to be able to do that, and he's only an hour away, but he's like, "Mom, don't y'all come up here?" You know what I'm saying? And I know he's a smart young man. He's like dealing with this virus stuff, but I can't even go and hug my baby. Me and the oldest, he has my personality. We're Cancer, so we're affectionate people, and we do push the envelope. I go see my grandchildren. Ain't no way in the hell. I'm trying not to cuss so much, but ain't no way in the hell my son and my granddaughters are only going to be 3-4 blocks over, and I'm not going to go see their ass and take the necessary precautions, to love on them, because this shit is not easy, and but my son, he said, "Mom, don't worry about it. We'll be able to do it." You know what I'm saying? But as a single black mom, and I know all the haters that hate me, not necessarily my sons, but people that hate me. You know what I'm saying? And don't want to see me succeed. That's my seed. So it's right now fucking them up that my baby finished law school. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like me and his brother said, he did that shit. All glory to God. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't easy. I know God was with us because it was just his student loans. He's, just was able to start working because of how the classes and the rules of being in school. But my working and, it was periods in these 3 years where I've lost a couple of jobs, but one was never longer than 3 weeks back up working. One was not longer than 30 days back up working. And then his student loans, and God made it a way for him to come out of law school. So, then you sit back and you wonder, you know what I'm saying? As a spiritual person, you get to thinking, what is this time meant for me to be doing? I'm a paralegal. I'm a legal individual. I took humble pride in that. Not a haughty pride, but I took a humble pride in, as much as I kick myself and tear myself down, I have to say, look, you have a 20 plus year standing career that whether the ups and downs, you know what I'm saying, you can go and apply and sell yourself, and you can get into any firm. And God has allowed me to do that. But now, hell, my mother has this saying, and we used to always be like, that's some country shit, but she would always say, everybody leveled at the cross. Everybody leveled at the cross. And now even more I understand, all the haughty attorneys I'd worked for. Right now, you ain't shit either. You know what I'm saying? Until we get back to work, then you could be like, okay, yeah, I'm an attorney, boo, 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 but you're in the same playing field right now. You're not no better than anybody. You know what I'm saying? You're not around here being able to flaunt your JD status, and that you're the senior partner, you're the managing partner, and y'all my subjects and slaves and shit. You can't do that right now. You know what I'm saying? And God bless me, to get my last work check, in March, and you know, he helped me be wise, to spend it. But now, it's getting down to the latter end. And I refuse to go into panic. You know what I'm saying? I won't go into fear. I'm believing every day that, I'm going to wake up and, my unemployment is going to be, here, and I'll be able to, get some necessities or whatever. But I just thank God for his favor. You know what I'm saying? And it's and I'm a prayer warrior, and it's been hard to like go into prayer, these last couple of weeks because um the uncertainties of what's going to happen next. And then, you know, I got different beliefs coming in about, um, some people say, Angie, did we get raptured? Or, did the rapture occur and we left behind? I'm like, no, that's not it. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I do know that the words talks about, um, this being the beginning of sorrows. I am just reflecting back, and I just been kicking myself in the ass mentally, like all that money you made just in 2017 and 18. If I just had been focused on, I have such a disbelief in banks. If I just had been focused on putting some of that money up, I would have had a nice, pretty nest egg. And I want to warn people of that. Stop looking back. Stop being in regret, because that guilt will ride you and eat you, and have you like I'm doing now, doing a video in the dark because I don't want my puffy eyes, and I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not my best looking self, and I refuse to come out looking like how I'm looking. But um there's so much creativity that's in me. There's so much that I, had planned to do this year. And I still believe God is going to happen. I just don't know when, how. I had this plan, hey, I'm about to be God willing 50 this year. I wanted to do some food truck things, and, my oldest son and I, the podcast thing, and take the leap and do my comic stuff and write my book, and my show Journeys of a Prayer Warrior with Angie. I didn't just want to be spiritual because like right now I'm not feeling all the way at that spiritual height where I just want to just talk on that level biblically, or us being the true chosen people. I'm hurting right now. This virus shit. I'm a July baby, so the sun is not shining. They fucking with the weather. I'm looking out the window. There's no leaves on the trees, and you know what I'm saying? They're blocking. You can't even go to Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever and get gardening like seeds and all that shit. So it's something else going on. You know what I'm saying? So I done walked around, my house so much, and I'm like, I finally got blessed to have a big enough home where, my children to be able to come and spend the night. That I always been that fairy tale person, like, even though they have their mates, whatever, I've always wanted to be surrounded by, some green leaf shit, everybody in the same household, and, damn that service shit. I'm in the motherfucking kitchen cooking, and it's a few of us cooking, and the kids running around, and you know what I'm saying. But here it is. It's not happening like that. And I really thought with all the love that I had in me that I would have a love by my side. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit going on. Marriage is not secure, and the sacredness of that. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know what's real or what's fake. But I just wanted to, I can't sleep. My sleep pattern has been off. I really had to go into just putting my phone on D&D because, I'm used to getting up early. So people have just like, okay, well, shit, Angie used to getting up 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I used to get up earlier than that and be on the road by 8:30 going to work. But now, like now my ass up, you know what I'm saying? And shoot, what I've been doing, and when I come back again, I'm gonna do a video, and I've been stacking my wine and liquor bottles that I've been consuming at home because I just want to see at the end of this how much have I fucking drunk. You know what I'm saying? I smoke my my weed. I can't do the papers, but I do my joints, and I just put my phone on D&D like I was saying so I can go to sleep and get a good sleep. But then the sunlight wakes me up, so I have to, put eye goggles on to make sure that my eyes are covered so I can still have that, like I'm in the dark sleep. If not, my ass is up and wired. And trying to be productive. I feel so unfucking productive. It's unreal. But I do, write each day. I read each day. I'm doing my exercises. I'm talking to my children. I'm talking to my grandbabies. I'm trying to be encouraging to the couple of girlfriends that I have. Even my guy friends, as far as on a platonic level, not nothing romantic or anything. And then I've been talking to my fucking ex. He's in Texas right now, and we've been going back and forth. I think it's, just me, the loneliness of not having who I want here and pulling back at him because I did have a good time with him. But then, like they say, shit, you an ex for a reason, right? So, and then too, I just don't want to be in that position where this is over with and I feel like I've disappointed myself and God. Like, did you do everything that I set this time where you don't have? Because let me be honest with you, if it was somebody in here, I wouldn't want to be cooking every damn day. I'll be honest. You know what I'm saying? And then I wouldn't want to be like I'm looking, toe up now as far as hair all over my head and all that. I wouldn't want to be looking pretty every day. So I have to dig deep within myself and be like, what do you really want? What do you really want? And that's my thoughts right now. And, I pray everyone stays safe. My condolences and my heart goes out to those who have lost family members. I don't take it for granted. I ask God to keep me and my family and loved ones, help us to do better as we go through this. And, praises out, and hallelujah to those who have recovered and who's fighting. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the essential workers. I have plenty medical colleagues and associates that I was in nursing school before they kicked my ass out back in the 90s. And all my people that are still police officers and, firefighters and even those at the restaurants and, my heart goes out to the prisoners and those in nursing homes and, the mother who don't know, may not be tech savvy or even be able to pay her phone bill to be able to get some things going, God have mercy on them. And I pray, that someone, that God sends an angel, to them to be able to send help and get us through this. So it's like 2-something in the morning. Everyone be blessed. And this is again In the Dark with Journeys of a Prayer Warrior with Angie, and peace.